بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين ثم الصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين حبيب إله العالمين بالقاسم المصطفى محمد وعلى أهل بيته الأطهار الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. قال الله الحكيم في محكم كتابه الكريم: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم، بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. كتب عليكم إذا حضر أحدكم الموت إن ترك خير الوصية للوالدين والأقربين بالمعروف حقا على المتقين. صدق الله العلي العظيم. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make this year the year of the reappearance of our beloved Imam Mahdi Ajrallah Ta'ala Faraj Sharif with the blessing of another loud salawat. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us amongst His companions and His sincere soldiers with the blessing of another loud salawat. Prescribed for you when death approaches any of you and he leaves behind any property is that he makes a bequest for his parents and relatives in an honorable manner, an obligation on the God-wary. We try to take the discussion under the topic of death and resurrection for us to get after death and what happens after death and get to the grave and what we will see in the grave. But throughout the many books that I have and many research that I'm doing throughout this topic, again I found it more verses that needed to be taught before we get into the grave. This is basically preparation for the grave, and we need to be prepared. A very important concept, which some of you have done it probably, and some of you have not, and that is to write your will, write your wasiyah. By writing your will or your wasiyah, your death is not going to come sooner. And by writing your will or wasiyah doesn't mean you're just sitting waiting for the death. No, it means that you are thinking ahead. It means you are thinking for the people who are, for your relatives, for your parents, for your kids, for your wife or husband. You thought of them. You were not a careless person. I don't care. They know about money. They don't know about money. They know about my asset. They don't know about my asset. They know what I have done. They don't know what I have. I don't care about it. No, you're not a careless person. And also you care about yourself. For example, in my will I have written, it's a shortcoming, I didn't have a chance yet, and there's no excuse for it. When we came to America, first, for 3 months, we prayed the opposite of the Qibla. Because somebody told us, this is the compass, this is the way. When it shows this way, this is the way you should pray. We prayed after 3 months, finding out that it was completely the opposite of the Qibla. And the hukm is, when you pray opposite of the Qibla, knowingly or unknowingly, intentionally or unintentionally, as soon as you get to know Him, you have to pray and do qada of it. So I have written in my will that I do have 3-month prayer that my oldest son has to pray. Doesn't mean it's out of my shoulder, no. I must do it. I must do qada of it. But in case something happened to me, I didn't get a chance, well, the oldest son has the responsibility to either he himself do qada of my 3-month prayer or pay money to someone for them to do qada prayer of mine. If I have any debt or any loan, I must write it. And it's very, very important for people. We have numerous narrations that have said to write your will, and a believer is the one who writes his will and he puts it under his pillow. And we'll talk about it. Why they have mentioned to put a pillow, and similarity between death and us sleeping. And some people die, and the verses of Quran, inshallah, we'll talk about it. So it's very, very important for us to write our will. Writing that from your wealth, from the inheritance that you leave behind, you have 1/3 of your inheritance, you can make decisions how to be spent. So for example, if you have $100 left from you leave as an inheritance, $33 of that, you can make decisions how that $33 to be spent after your death. Not more than that. During your life, you have the ownership of your property, your wealth, your money, your asset, everything. You can do whatever you want with your money. But after you die, right away, only you have permission, you have granted permission to make decision of 1/3 of your property, asset, wealth, money. Other than that, it will go all to your inheritance, and based on their ranking, Islam has prescribed how much it will be dedicated to wife, how much to the boys, how much to the girls, how much to the parents, to the brothers, grandfather. Everybody has specific amount that they will be given. So it's very, very important to write your will. What does it do? Number one, you're caring, as we said, you're caring about yourself by writing your will. And you're caring for your relatives and your people that are coming after you, your parents, your children, and so on and so forth. That writing of the will, one more thing it does. Let me tell you a story and I will tell you what it does. There was a person during the time of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He wrote in his will that I have a storage full of date. You know, back in the days, date was their primary food. Date and bread. Everybody would have date and bread. He said that I am requesting the Holy Prophet to come and distribute all of my storage full of dates to needy people. That was in his will. He passed away. Rasulullah accepting the will, he comes, he opens the door of the storage filled with date, tamar, khurma. He gives it to all the needy people. Couple of the half rotten, half good, at the end left. Rasulullah took it. He said if he would have given this much during his time to needy people, he would have got more reward than me giving whole storage to the needy people, because he did it by himself. He gave it. Rather than me, the Prophet, coming after him and giving it on his behalf. He will get a reward, but he would have got much more reward if he would have done it. Why? Because after death, because during our life, we are really, really attached to our belongings, to our wealth. It's very hard to give. My father, he talked with a person to give donation when we had the mortgage of $11,666.67 here. He said, Sheikh, you're trying to take my money. Tell me my soul, I'll give it easier. Money, something that I have worked hard for, giving that money is very difficult for me. Hadith says, Ya ibn Adam, kun wasiyya nafsik. O son of Adam, be the one who applies and goes according to his own will. Do your own will for yourself before somebody else doing it. Because maybe something happened to my son and he forgets, or my will has been, something happened, it burns. And I haven't prayed my 3-month prayer, hoping that my son will pray it. Well, something happens, my will is destroyed somehow. Well, I'm in the day of judgment, I come and I'm missing 3-month prayer. Ya ibn Adam, O son of Adam, kun wasiyya nafsik. Do whatever you write in your will, do it yourself. Do it now. Wa'amal fi malik. Take your money that you say, okay, after my death, give it to this charity. Do it now. Because you don't know, maybe your kids will say, okay, forget about that will. How many kids we had that they said, forget about our parents. He lost his mind. I'm going to give this much money. We're just going to fight over it. Everybody get a share and a chunk of it. Let's just move on. وَعَمَلْ فِي مَالِكْ مَا تُؤْثِرُ أَنْ يُعْمَلَ فِيهِ مِنْ بَعْدِكَ. Whatever you want people to do after you that you have written it in your will, do it yourself. You owe people money, pay it. You want to do charitable cause, pay it. You have missing prayers, pay it. Pray it. Do whatever that you want other people to do it for you. Nobody cares about us more than us. Is that true or not? You guys agree? Anybody cares about us more than ourselves? So if I'm careless that I didn't, until now I haven't prayed my prayer, I've done the subh, I have to do dhuhr and asr, maghrib and isha, well, my kids are not going to be more caring about me than myself. That's negligent. That's ghafla, which we have to wake up. So riding our will is a sign that we are thinking of our death. We are aware of our life. We are informed. We know that I'm going to die any minute. I'm going to die any time. At the same time, talking about death doesn't mean, again, that I have lost hope in life. I'm not going to work anymore. This is it. I'm just going to sit home waiting for the door. Who is it? Azrael. Okay, come. I was waiting for you. No. I'm going to work. I'm going to strive. I'm going to live my life. But I'm also preparing for hereafter. Another thing to do, buy your shroud. Buy your kafan. You have people going to Karbala and Najaf typically. They buy their shroud or kafan. I always have told the youth, learn from others' experience. Don't become experience for others. Did you hear this? Learn from others' experience. Never become an experience for others. You need to think about it. Learn from others' experience. Never become experience for others. Meaning what? A person takes a journey, goes at a dead end, comes back, and I'm about to take a step on this journey. He tells me, be careful, it was a dead end. Nope. I want to go and I want to feel it myself. Okay, go. Go experience it. He went, he lost 10, 15, 5, 2 years, 10 years of his life. He's telling you it's a dead end. Learn from his experience. No, I want to experience it myself. That is the typical mindset of the youth. The parents tell them, okay, this is right, this is wrong. Not saying that always the parents are right, and not saying that parents are always wrong. No, they have some experience. Learn from them, gain from the adults. Ask other people. Well, if 5 people, 10 people, 20 people, 30 people, 50 people, 100 people tell you this is a dead end route. No, I have to experience it. Sheikh, we have to experience life. Okay, go ahead, experience it. Go ahead, experience it. I remember one of my mentors was telling another friend of mine, but be a gentleman. When you had that end, come back and listen to me when I give you the next experience. Don't say, okay, no, he told me already, I'm embarrassed to go. No, I'm not going to judge you. You wanted to experience it. But when you get to the dead end, come back, tell me, I'll show you the path. But we have lost X amount of years and energy and effort. So let us learn from others' experience, not become experience from others. Who are these people who we supposed to learn from their experience? Chapter 63, verse 10. وَانْفِقُوا مِمَّا رَزَقْنَاكُمْ مِنْ قَبْلِ أَنْ يَأْتِيَ أَحَدُكُمُ الْمَوْتِ فَيَقُولُ رَبِّ لَوْلَا أَخَّرْتَنِي إِلَىٰ أَجَلٍ قَرِيبٍ فَأَصَّدَّقَ وَأَكُنْ مِنَ الصَّالِحِينَ. There are people who are dying on a minute basis, and they are saying, what they're saying, let me read the whole verse. Spend from what we have provided you before death comes to you, to death any of you. Whereat he will say, my Lord, why did you not respite me for a short time so that I might have given charity and I become one of the righteous? So on a daily basis, there are people who are dying, they are going through the experience of death, and they are telling, oh Allah, can you give us short period of time? 1 week, 1 day, 1 month, 1 hour. Just give me time. Let me just go to do what? So I can give charity and I can become part of the righteous people and I come back. I'll be ready. I'm not going to run away. Learning from their experience, not becoming for experience for other people. Every day there are people who are dying and saying this verse. Every day. How many numbers? Thousands of people. Allah, give us one more chance. Let me go and be part of the righteous. Allah says, nope. حتى إذا جاء أحدهم الموت قال رب ارجعون. Chapter 23, verse 99. When death comes to one of them, he says, my Lord, take me back. Just Another opportunity. Please. To do what? Allah said, what do you want to do? لَعَلِّي أَعْمَلُ صَالِحًا فِيمَا تَرَكْتُ. That I may act righteously in what I have left behind. كَلَّا إِنَّهَا كَلِمَةٌ هُوَ قَائِلُهَا. By no means. These are mere words that he says. وَمِنْ وَرَائِهِمْ بَرْزَخٌ إِلَى يَوْمِ يَبْعَثُونَ. And ahead of them is a barrier until the day we will be resurrected. They will be resurrected. Again, let us learn from others' experience, not become experience for other people. My wasiyah, let me act upon it now. Whatever I wished I would have done, let me give you a story. Grand Ayatollah Mirza Mahdi Shirazi, may Allah bless his soul. He is the father of Said Muhammad Shirazi, Ayatollah Said Muhammad Shirazi, Ayatollah Said Sadiq Shirazi, Said Mushtaba Shirazi, Said Hassan Shirazi. He's the father of Maraja. So he was a Marja, he was in Karbala. Every Thursday night, he dug a grave behind his house. Thursday night, he will wear his kafan and he will sleep in his grave that he already dug behind his house. He will sleep and he will bring the scenario of Nakir and Munkar asking him question. Mahdi, Mirza Mahdi Shirazi, his name was Mahdi. Mahdi, what have you done? How did you spend your young age? How did you spend your time? How did you spend your wealth? How did you spend your knowledge? Great marja. He will say, Rabb irji'uni. Allah, please give me another chance. And then he will say to himself, you've been granted. Get up and do something because by next Thursday you might be. That's it. He rehearsed what he will go through, so he prepared himself. Some people have difficult time having their kafan in the house. It's like, it's there? I don't want to see it. And some people, they have it in the front of their closet room. Why? Because one day, I won't be able to walk into the closet room. It will be either my wife or husband or my kids. They will walk into this closet room. May Allah bless our parents or our wife or husband. Let me take the kafan. So if he puts that kafan there, that as a reminder every day, this is what I'm going to wear. Rather than me becoming extravagant and spending thousands and thousands of dollars, well, at the end, as the brother said, kafan has no pocket. Piece of fabric straight. Again, let us learn from others' experience and let us not become experience for others. Do not let I die, other people will come saying, see, he did say, Mustafa did say, oh Allah, give me another chance. Rabb irji'un, so I can do what? لَعَلِّي أَعْمَلُ صَالِحًا. Mustafa, why didn't you do something? You read this verse at least once in a year that you read the Holy Quran cover to cover. Why didn't you take a lesson? Hopefully I won't find anything else. We get to death. People who die, they are within 4 categories. The time that Azrael take our soul, we are within these 4 categories. There is no 5th category. Either we are righteous people. There are righteous people who die very easy, very normal. As I told you, one of my dad's friends lecturing 10 nights of Muharram in Lebanon. On the day of Ashura, finishes maqtan. He comes down from the mambar. He sits, lay down, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. That's kind of that I really, really wish. You've done 10 nights Majalis of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, where the hadith says, Man baka aw tabaka wajabat alayhi al-jannah. Anybody who sheds one drop of tear for Imam Hussein alayhi salam, anybody who makes other people cry, anybody who just fakes crying for Abu Abdullah Hussein, Allah makes Jannah wajib upon this person. You, 10 days of Muharram, you made people cry, 10th day of Muharram, you come down from the mambar, you die. What else do you want? Righteous people dying easy death. Second group of people, righteous people who suffer and they go through difficulties at the time of death. Why? They were righteous people. Why they did not have a good time at ihtidar? Why they had to suffer? Hadith says by Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi. Al-mawtu kaffaratun lidhunub al-mu'mineen. It's the last stage. Allah is trying to purify this righteous person who had sins. Because we are not infallible, we are fallible. This righteous person who had sins, Allah purifies him. How? Because Allah loves him. Allah purifies him. How? He will have difficult time at death. The time of ihtidar will become difficult for him. According to one hadith, that for us to understand how difficult it will be, they give an example. If you skin an animal while they're alive, how much they suffer. This is a kind of death that some people will go through. Not to try to scare people, but these are within our hadith and these are within our verses of the Holy Quran. So that's the second group of people. Righteous, dying, normal death, good, not suffering. Righteous people suffering and they die. Then you have bad people, not righteous people, immoral people, wicked people who die a normal death. You start doubting this person. Prayers, he didn't know anything about prayers. Parents, his parents always had a problem with him. Religion didn't have any meaning to his life, but he died normally. He just got out, or I have some headache, or I got some stroke, heart attack, or my heart, and then he lay down and he's finished. He didn't suffer. What happened? Very good question. You start doubting. Allah has forgot that this was not a righteous person, or something missing in the middle. No. Allah, because people who are not religious, people who don't have nothing to do with the religion, people, they have done good things in their life also. It's not that from the time that they get up in the morning, they kill and everything they do bad until they go. No, they have right thing here and there. Allah is trying to reward them in this world, so in hereafter, there is nothing else they can ask from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Oh Allah, you haven't rewarded me for one more good deeds that I have done. Allah will say, see, your death was easy. You didn't suffer. That was your reward. So, bad people who die an easy death, because Allah is trying to reward them for whatever they have done good, so they don't have any debt to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They say, oh Allah, you owe me. Allah says on the day of judgment, I don't owe you anything. Because I showed you sign after sign after sign. Day and night I showed you. Books after books, lecture after lecture, hadith after hadith, verse after verse. Signs left and right I showed you. You just keep disregarding it, neglecting it, turning your face away. You saw it and intentionally you went against it. I will reward you, but I don't owe you anything on the day of judgment. And bad people who will suffer, because that's the beginning for them. As we mentioned, it's a very critical moment, time of ihtidar, to be a very critical moment. In those moments, we will know either happily ever after we will have a good life, or no, we will suffer and burn and suffer. As much as I'm hoping that I'm keeping a balance between making you lose hope that, okay, this is it. With the amount of things that Sheikh is telling me, this is it. Just hellfire is calling me all day. And I don't want you to be completely hopeful that, okay, alhamdulillah, I am set. I have the 401k that I have invested in hereafter. It is paying me off. It should be between. Neither losing hope in Allah's mercy, nor being hopeful that, okay, no matter what happens, Allah is going to forgive me. Something in between. Neither losing hope, nor having that, okay, no. The same Allah that is Ghafurun Rahim, the same God is Shadidul Iqab. Both. It's a balance. Don't go any other extreme. In the middle. So, inshallah, we are from the first group, inshallah. Inshallah. And hopefully, inshallah, we are not from the last group, inshallah. So, we're working toward heaven. Our goal is to attain Imam Zamana's satisfaction, and which that result in Allah's satisfaction, and that result in us spending time enjoying eternal life in heaven. What can we do? We have given many action items. Person comes to Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi. قال رسول الله لرجل أتاه. A person approaches Rasulullah. These are within the narrations book that we have, that if we put time, 15 minutes, half an hour a day, we get to know of these ahadith and act upon it. أتاه ألا أدلك على أمر يدخلك الله به الجنة. Should I teach you something that if you act upon this action, this action will lead you into heaven? Definitely. قال بلى يا رسول الله. Definitely. That's the ultimate goal under Allah's satisfaction. قال أنل مما أنالك الله. Same verse that we read. Give from what Allah has given you. Think of it. If I think, I did give this example probably many years ago. We have to think that we are a bank teller. You know, the person who works in a bank. When you go and you deposit $1 million into your account, will that person get happy? Yes or no? Why should he? It's not his account. It's not his money. If you go and you withdraw $1 million from your account, will he get upset? No. It wasn't his money from the beginning. You gave it to him. He deposited it into your account. And right now you're taking it back. It's not your money. So neither depositing nor withdrawing make you happy or upset. We have to get to this mindset that the wealth that we have is not ours. What did the verse say? The verse say, وَأَنْفِقُوا مِمَّا رَزَقْنَاكُمْ. Give, spend from what we have provided you. There's a difference between Prophet Sulaiman ala nabina wa alayhi salam and Qarun. Prophet Sulaiman asked Allah, or Solomon asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, oh Allah, give me a kingdom that you have not given anyone else. And Allah gives him the kingdom. The sky and the winds and the cloud and the jinn and the ants and the animals, everything under his control. What he says? هَذَا مِنْ فَضْلِ رَبِّي. This is from the mercy and the beauty and the generosity. This is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That makes him stop being arrogant. That's a very good verse to always remind ourselves. هَذَا مِنْ فَضْلِ رَبِّي. I come down, I give you practical. I come down, people say, oh thank you Shaykh, this was. I think of myself, it's nothing from me. All verses of Quran, hadith of Ahlul Bayt. So as soon as Shaitan wants to say, okay, see, mashallah, you took nice. As I remember, you haven't done anything. It's all, I'm just bringing verses of Quran, hadith of Ahlul Bayt. Nothing else. Keep reminding, هَذَا مِنْ فَضْلِ رَبِّي. You have wealth, هَذَا مِنْ فَضْلِ رَبِّي. You have a position, هَذَا مِنْ فَضْلِ رَبِّي. Houses within the Middle East, they have the first brick that they put above their door, هَذَا مِنْ فَضْلِ رَبِّي. This house, this wealth is all from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What does Qarun say? He says, I got it from ilm. I got it from my own knowledge. I was clever. I did create this thing and I got wealthy. That's the difference. وَأَنْفِقُوا مِمَّا رَزَقْنَاكُمْ. That mindset needs to change. That money that I have, it's not mine. Allah blessed me with this. Shaykh, I worked for it. Who created you from the beginning? Shaykh, I put 40 hours. Who made you to wake up? We will read the verse tomorrow or day after tomorrow. That some people go to sleep, they don't wake up. How many people? We wake them up, we wake them up. That's it, they're done. That's why there's a hadith and dua that Rasulullah, every time that he would wake up, he would read that dua that Allah, thank you that you gave me another opportunity, another day for me to be alive. That you owe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Your energy, that heartbeat, that intellect, that idea, that bright idea, that creativity of yours, everything that we have is from Allah. We have to let this sink. So when I let this sink, I don't think that my money is money that is hard for me to give. No. Allah gave me for me to be the middleman, a bank teller. I'll take it, I'll give it to someone else. I give it, I'll take it to someone else. Hatim al-Ta'i. How many of you have heard Hatim al-Ta'i? Very generous person. He's well known within the history. He was there before the time of Prophet. And Prophet, when they got hold of Hatim al-Ta'i's daughter, Rasulullah said, respect her, because she is a daughter of Hatim al-Ta'i. He was before the Prophet. He was generous. He had a palace. He would sit, and he had 40 doors to his palace. They asked him why. He said that I want the person to walk in from the first door, ask and I'll give. Then I want him to go out. I don't want him to feel, okay, I went from the same door. How can I go from the same door back and ask again? I have put another door for him so he can come from another door and ask again. To go from another door and ask again. 40 times to come and ask. Hatim al-Ta'i passed away. His brother sat on the crown. He said, okay, I will be like my brother. His mother said, you can't do it. He said, no, I'll do it. Person came from the first door, back. He gave his name. Mom, I gave it to him. He came back from the second door. He said, I just gave it to you. Mother said, see, Hatim al-Ta'i would let people to come from 40 doors. They asked Hatim al-Ta'i, how did you get to this position that you are so generous that until the time of Prophet, until now people say, Hatim al-Ta'i, how? He said, I learned this from Banna. What is Banna? The construction guy who's building a wall. And I saw this, I was really about to take a video and put this story. You know, when they build a wall, the bricks are on the ground. Somebody has a metal piece. He goes on the top. The one on the bottom throws him a brick. He takes it. He puts it. Then he comes and, okay, give me the next. And the procedure continues. He puts it. He gets it. He puts it. He gets it back. He said, I saw myself to be on the top. If I don't put the brick, the one on the bottom, he's not going to throw me the next brick. He's going to say, okay, he has a brick. Let him put it, then I'll throw him the next brick. If I just keep holding it, okay, I'm just keep holding it. He's going to look at me, he's like, are you okay? Just let the wall finish. In order, a person came to Ayatollah Shirazi, may Allah bless his soul. He said, Sayyidina, I'm poor. Ayatollah Shirazi said, go pay sadaqah. He said, Shaykh, I don't have any money. He said, go do some charity, do something sadaqah. Allah is more merciful when you give for the sake of Allah and Ahl Bayt, for Him not to give it, not to recompensate you. If I give, I'll get. I'll give you another example. We have a tray, people come and serve us. When they come in front of you, if you take one for yourself, what will do? The person will go to the next. True. But if you take and you give it to the next person, he will stand there because you haven't taken it for yourself. You take next, you give it to the next person. He will keep standing there because you keep giving and giving. He will be there until you get yours. Allah has made a scenario. You want for me to give you, give, I'll give you. وَانْفِقُوا مِمَّا رَزَقْنَاكُمْ. Give. This mindset needs practice. This mindset needs for me to keep reminding, this is not my money. Anytime Allah wants, how many people we know of, they were a millionaire, they slept, woke up, stock market, something happened, they lost everything. Not even a penny. Didn't we know? The stock market crashed. How many people committed suicide? Why? They slept at night, they woke up in the morning, it's gone. وَانْفِقُوا مِمَّا رَزَقْنَاكُمْ. Let's go continue the hadith, finish the hadith. Rasulullah said, should I teach you some characteristics, something for you to do in order for these actions to lead you to heaven? He said, sure. Rasulullah said, أَنِلْ مِمَّا أَنَالَكَ اللَّهُ. Give from what Allah has given you. Same thing as the verse. قَالَ فَإِنْ كُنْتُ أَحْوَجُ مِمَّنْ أُنِيلُهُ. Rasulullah, how about if the person I'm about to give, I am more needy than him? Basically, I don't have money to give. قال أنا مما قال فانصر فإن كنت أحوج بمن أنيله. I didn't have it. He doesn't have lunch to eat. I didn't have lunch and dinner and breakfast to eat. So I'm more needy than him. Rasulullah said, okay. قال فانصر المظلوم. Aid an oppressed person. A person who's been oppressed stands for his right. You don't have money to pay, but you have tongue. You can say it. You can say, there are people who have been oppressed in Iraq, in Pakistan, in Afghanistan, in India. People have been oppressed. Have I done anything for them? I can say it at least. I can defend their rights with my body, with my physical appearance. I can do something. 37 people were killed. Some people do procession. Other people say, Sheikh, procession. I don't know. Procession, handful of people. A young people was captured in Pakistan. I saw some people went to the procession in front of the embassy. Handful of people. You don't have money to pay? No problem. Fansur al-madloom. Aid. Help. Give hand to an oppressed person. قال فإن كنت أضعف ممن أنصره. How about if I was weaker than the person that I'm about to help? He's been oppressed, I've been oppressed more. قال فاصنع للأخرق يعني أشر عليه. What does it mean? You see a person is misguided, guide him. You cannot defend someone's right, but you see a person, please be with me. You see a person, he doesn't know the way, show him the way. Show him the right path. Introduce him to a lecture. Introduce him to a right book. Introduce him to a hadith. Introduce him to God and Ahlul Bayt and Quran. Introduce them. Sing. He says, okay, how about if I am more misguided than the person that I want to guide. I don't have money to give. I can aid an oppressor. I don't know the way myself, so I can guide other people. Is there anything else I can do? He said, yes. This is what we said last night. قال فاصمت لسانك إلا من خير. Don't talk unless whatever you're about to say is khair. Don't say it. فاصمت. You don't have money to pay. You cannot guide anybody. You cannot defend their right. You can't? No problem. فَاصْمِتْ لِسَانَكَ إِلَّا مِنْ خَيْرٍ. Do not say a word unless you think this was last night. Probably we have to keep mentioning it because how many sins a tongue can commit? 200. Rasulullah said, فَاصْمِتْ لِسَانَكَ إِلَّا مِنْ خَيْرٍ. Don't say it. If it's not khair, don't say it. أما يسرك أن تكون فيك خصلة من هذا الخصال تجرك إلى الجنة. If you have one of these characteristics will take you to heaven. Is it easy or not? Yes. I can't help money, which I can, I'll help. How about if we have all of them? 4 people taking us to heaven. What else do we want, inshallah? So the action plan will be mindset, becoming the mindset of Quran and Ahlul Bayt alayhim as-salam. Let us recite a loud salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.